To understand the New Bedford highway killer, you have to understand the geography of a nightmare. In 1988, New Bedford was a city in transition. The old fishing industry was struggling, and the Weld Square district had become a beacon for the lost. 9 women were confirmed dead, their bodies discarded like refuse along the high-speed arteries of southeastern Massachusetts. 2 more simply vanished. The geography of a hunter. The killer didn't just dump bodies, he used the highway system as a disposal grid. This wasn't accidental, it was calculated. By placing victims near highway interchanges, he ensured that evidence would be weathered by the elements and that the jurisdictional lines between local and state police would become a tangled mess. The victims found, location found, date discovered, Deborah Medeiros, Route 140, Freetown, July 1988. Nancy Paiva, I-195 westbound, Dartmouth, July 1988. Deborah DeMello, Route 140, Dartmouth, November 1988. Dawn Mendez, Route 140, Freetown, November 1988. Rochelle Dopirala, Reedard, near RT-88, Dartmouth, December 1988. Deborah McConnell, Route 140, Freetown, March 1989. Robin Rhodes, Route 140, Freetown, March 1989. Mary Rose Santos, Route 88, Westport, March 1989. Sandra Botelho, I-195 Marion, April 1989. The suspects, a study in contrasts. The investigation was a whirlwind of frustration. The 2 primary suspects represented 2 very different versions of New Bedford. The insider, Kenneth Pont, a lawyer who walked the line between the courthouse and the street. He moved his practice to Port Richey, Florida, shortly after the heat turned up. When he was finally brought back to face a grand jury, the case crumbled. There was no DNA, no confession. Only rumors of his drug use and his connections to the victims. The outcast, Anthony DeGrazia. He was arrested for a string of brutal sexual assaults in the area that mirrored the timeline of the murders. He fit the psychological profile of a disorganized serial killer, but the physical link to the highway bodies was never solidified. The missing 2. While the 9 names above are etched in granite, the mystery of Christine Montero and Marilyn Roberts remains an open wound. They are the missing of Weld Square. Their families haven't had a grave to visit for over 35 years. The lingering shadow. The most terrifying part of the New Bedford highway killer isn't who the police suspected, it's who they didn't. Some investigators believe the killer was a long-haul trucker or someone with a job that required constant travel, explaining why the murders stopped as abruptly as they began. As you drive those stretches of Route 140 today, you'll notice the trees grow thick and close to the pavement. The wind off the Atlantic whistles through the gaps in the guardrails. It's a reminder that somewhere out there, the truth is still buried in the brush, waiting for someone to look a little closer at the shoulder of the road.